Green Man! 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 Holy YouTube video, Green Man!
What is this I see before me? Why, it is another box for me to look through. Isn't that exciting? Box J. And I believe Legion, Hulk, Primal Force, Judge Dredd and Showcase 93 to 96 may be inside this box. And look, I've even got some little makeshift labels. Legion, JLE, Huntress and Blue Beetle, that's not what it says on the side, and Showcase. And none of them, hardly any of them are bagged. Oh, I'm never going to get these back in here once I've bagged them up. That's what I've been doing, I've been bagging stuff up when it hasn't been bagged, and it's just worked out to be massively bigger than I'm going to need more boxes, I'm going to need a bigger house. So, as advertised on the side of the box, it does have Legion 89 in there, starting with Legion 89. Now originally my mate Martin bought these, who was the only sort of comic book friend that I've had in my lifetime. I've not seen him in 20 odd years probably. And he sold all his comics without offering them to me, which was a pain in the butt. I would very much like to have bought them, but yeah, he never offered them to me. Anyway, he collected these, and we used to read each other's comics basically. So I would read his Legions and what have you. He'd read my X-Men, or I'd read his X-Men, or and I ended up trading these with him. He had these, and I liked them a lot, and he wanted my Excalibur, which were all right, but not as good as these. So I swapped them basically. I was quite happy to swap his Legions for my Excalibur, and this was a good team book. Like like a precursor of the Legion of Superheroes, and there is like a bit of crossover as well. There's a bit of a time travelling shenanigans going on in there. She's basically, I don't want to give you spoilers, but yeah, she can phase through things, and there's some time travel shenanigans going on. That might give you an idea. I mean, I might give you spoilers, but this time I won't. This time I won't give you spoilers in case you're a big Legion or Superheroes fan. If you've not checked these out yet, this Legion, and obviously the year changes as the as the time goes on. Legion 90, it is now. Lobo was a member. That was the first time I encountered Lobo actually. Got Vril Dox, who's one of the Brainiacs. Garin Beck's this character's name. He's a bit of a humorous kind of character. There's got a lot of humour in it. Yeah, but these kind of like the our timeline precursor of the Legion of Superheroes. And I don't think it's a spoiler, but the bloke who founded the Legion of Superheroes, he was from the past originally, wasn't he? Is it R.J. Brand? Is that his name? Was he a chameleon bloke? I'm not sure what the race of the chameleon people are called, but I think he was like a chameleon who could change his shape, and I think somehow he got sent through time. And I think she's the precursor, like the great grandmother or something of one of the Legionnaires as well. She's got darkness powers, but I can't remember what her name was now. That's Lady Quark, not Madam Quark, Lady Quark. There you go. Durlan, that's it, that's the shape changes. Durlans. Whatever happened to the Durlan? I think he was the one who ends up being R.J. Brand in the Legion of Superheroes. I think I get the name right. I could be getting the name wrong, but yeah. Her name was Stealth. She's an interesting character. I should have realised why I'd like it. Alan Grant did the writing on most of these. I've yet to discover a book of his that I don't enjoy. In fact, one of my other ones I was always saying is my favourite is the Demon run, the volume 3 of the Demon. I'm always saying that's my favourite, one of my favourite runs, and this one is very much one of my favourite ones as well. And look, lo and behold, it's written by the same chap. Well, well, well. Captain Comet. Lobo unfazed, even though he's had a knee in the crotch. That would faze me, I can tell you. faze me very much. Legion 91, meet the new recruits. This guy here, a couple of videos back, I did a little tribute to him actually, because he got killed in this run, sorry for the spoilers. Really obscure character, but one I'll never forget, Bertrand Dib. And I did a little tribute to him in my video. I actually recorded it in advance, and I think it actually came out like the, I don't know, day after Stan Lee died. And I'm doing a tribute to an obscure DC character. And because I filmed it in advance, I didn't mention Stan Lee at all. And it was like, oh yeah, that looked really bad. I've looked at it and I thought, oh no. I've done a tribute to a blinking totally minor DC character and said nothing about Stan Lee in my video. But that's because I recorded it in advance. Yeah. No one commented. I just hope no one was sitting there going, what's this arse doing this? Why is this arse making a big thing about this little character I've never even heard of? You know, instead of giving tribute to Stan the man. So that was just unfortunate timing. Story of my life. Right, yeah, nice long run anyway. We're on to 92 now, 40. And there was a side, I think these recruits, I believe they had a run as well in their own book, the recruits. Yeah, so Bertrand Dib was a member of the recruits. His catchphrase was, don't worry, I'm impervious. Until the day he met something he wasn't impervious to. In which case he said, don't worry, I'm impervious. And yeah, that was it basically. Poor little rock monster. Such a nice being he was. Lobo versus Hal. Stealth. Not sure if she's undercover or she's just been captured. I think she was undercover, trying to stop some alien slave traders. Right, number 50. Plus Legion 67, it says there. That must have just been a little jokey side story. Help, I'm marooned with a homicidal maniac. The little guy's called Telepath. And he's on a remote island with Lobo, trying to catch space fish by the looks of it. Shadow Stalker. Yeah, maybe her name was Shadow Lass actually. I think the future version of her is called Shadow Lass, I'm not too sure. There's a Khund. There was a Khund in the Legion. And that big monster there, well not a monster, but it's a big hulking thing. She's actually a lady. I can't remember her name now. What's her name? Oh, it wasn't Prism. What was it? No. But she's got a great big rock bloke who's her boyfriend. Not Bertrand Dib, but a similar looking kind of person. It's quite fun. It's good to have a different love story in a comic for once. It's normally the beautiful people, isn't it? Hooking up with each other. It was good to have a couple of Benjamin Grimm thing-like entities having happy love stories. War of the Gods, Lobo versus Captain Marvel. Trinity, look at that silver cover. This is the story that Bertrand Dib got killed in. So sad. Oh, it's going to be confusing when it comes to this. I seem to have the Green Lantern. I seem to have all Trinities in together. So hopefully I won't accidentally buy that Green Lantern again, thinking it's a gap in my collection. Trinity, Legion 93. Right, Dark Stars. I went through my Dark Stars the other day. Have I got number 11 in my Dark Stars as well as here? I'm sure I saw a Trinity come up. Have I got... Oh, I don't know. It's a possibility I might have bought them again or something. I really have no idea. I do not remember. Trinity revealed. Right, Trinity number 2. Right, yeah, so in one of those books, poor old Bertrand Dib gave his life trying to protect some children. And both he and the children perished. It's a bit strong. The Final Phase. Because that's her name. Her name is Phase. So, sorry, sir, but your name just isn't on the guest list. Motherhood. Right, Legion 94. Yeah, in this, her son ends up, he's like a super genius baby, and he ends up being a bit of a a bit of a peril, to be honest, and they have to break away from him. That might be Stealth. It's possible that could be Stealth. She was a strange alien lady for sure. Right, the Masked Avenger wins. No, sorry, the Masked Avenger falls. Why did I say the Masked Avenger wins? Dark Quark. No covers on these ones. Tut tut tut. That shall not do. FaZe and Joe together at last. Joe who? Joe from the future, maybe? Could be. Right. Legion 94, 70. And then it went on to Rebels. These guys were part of the Legion. They had to break away from the Legion when Stealth's son took over and went on a bit of a megalomaniacal, totalitarian, draconian rule kind of thing. So the Rebels broke away from it. I think the Rebels actually include both his parents. I haven't said who his other parent was. I might as well. Vril Dox is the other parent of the kid. But he's like a super baby genius, basically. So he's like a super baby genius. I think it was a he. Yeah. Remember, he was writing Kundish poems as palindromes and weird things like that, just to show how blinking intelligent he was. Rebels. I can't remember what Rebel stood for. Mind you, I can't remember what Legion stood for either. But it's an acronym for something or other. I imagine Ellie from Legion was Law Enforcement Galactic Interstellar. Yeah, I'm reaching there. Cool covers. Our Return of Captain Comet. In Cold Blood. Underworld crossed over into space. There he is, Master of the Universe. The little baby monster. He's very intelligent but completely lacking in compassion. It's taken us up to 96 anyway. And final issue, number 17. And then we have... That's weird. Oh, Legion 01, but it's Legion 2001. But yeah, it's actually 1991. But it was the Armageddon 2001 crossover thing where Wave Rider come back from the future and use his time powers to try and work out what people would do in the future. It wasn't an exact science. Well, did I have Legion Annual number 1? I don't remember if I saw Annual number 1. Here's Legion 92 Annual number 3. Annual number 4. From 93, annual number 5 from 2007, or 007. It's 1994. It's just a parody. I was just looking at that and thinking it was 2007. Plus Elseworlds Rejects. Yeah, I think that was a humorous look at possible Elseworld stories. Lobo as James Bond. Funny stuff. These need bagging and boarding, some of these. 1985, Legion of Substitute Heroes. Special, always a great laugh. And this one I remember buying back in the day. 1979, this is another one of my first books. Just turned 10 when I bought this one. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Does that go on to Legion of Superheroes without the Superboy on it? Because the numbers possibly seem to tally. 268, 270. Do you dare learn the identity of the Dark Man? This one I remember buying as a kid as well. 278, 15p, 1981. Bit of spine roll on that one. That must have been sitting on the shelf back in the day. Well, it still never had a bag and ball in its life, poor thing. I'll give it at least a bag. You might have to share one bag with a few other comics though. I don't like to overdo it, you know what I mean. 287. £2.90. I bought a few Legion superheroes recently. Actually, I need to bloody get them read and put them in this box with these ones. When I found some Ghost Riders last week in my box, or was it the week before, and I had some Ghost Riders off my mate Vic, and so I added it to it, and I suddenly thought to myself, well, I've not actually read these ones yet, and I'm putting them in here in this box while I know where they are. So yeah, one day in the future maybe, when I'm going through, reading again, I've got to do it one day. Hopefully, I live long enough to read through all my books again. Two invisible kids are deader than one. We've got anniversary issue 300. That's worth pennies, that one. 301. Like that cover. Remember that cover? I think I bought that as a kid as well. A bit of a teenager by then, I think. Right, 1983 annual Legion of Superheroes. Evil is in the eye of the beholder. Oh yeah, the Emerald Eye. That's always that was in Legion as well. Legion 90, whatever it was, whatever the year it happened to be. Quite humorous. One of that guys, Garin Beck, he got control of it. Is that Shrinking Violet? Oh dear, she doesn't look to be in a very good way, does she? Old Shrinking Violet. Starboy. Don't get many bearded superheroes, do you? The Prophet Shall Speak. Prophecy of Doom. At last, the stories you've heard about, beginning an epic 5-part battle against the Legion of Supervillains. I always like that guy, he got a good costume. I think his name's Wildfire. Wildfire, Timberwolf, Dawnstar, I think that lady is. Chameleon, Mon-El, is it? Everywhere a villain. Not a bad little run. Got a feeling the ones I picked up for 50p each the other day fit in with this this little run actually. Hopefully I haven't got myself any doubles. Yeah. There's this Timberwolf, he had to go to some planet, I think Karate Boy or something, Karate Kid had died, and he wanted to bury a seed on the planet where he had died. The idea was this planet was such a hard place that nothing would grow on it or something. So he I don't know, he manages to plant some seed on this hard rock of a planet, this harsh, like everyone basically there was no kindness there. It was everyone would beat you with a stick as soon as look at you. Something like that. And he had to play the saying was that if a seed grew on this planet, then it would be like a hope for the future and it would change the planet. And so that's what he did. He went there with some, I don't know, specially enhanced seed. I don't know what it was. But he planted a seed on this planet basically in memory of his dead friend. Like Legionnaires. These are from '93. Seems to have a count going on as well. 1, 2, 3. Well, what did it start with? Did it start with 0 maybe? It doesn't say anything on there, but these ones have all got numbers. 1, 2, 3. There's the Emerald Empress. I can't remember the name of the villains actually. I'm not super up on the the Fatal Fire. That's what it was counting down to. Yeah, I was just trying to think to myself what the bloody so the Emerald Empress. I remember her. The Persuader, is he called the Persuader or something? And I don't know, maybe he's got some kind of name like Karnak or something like that. I can't remember him. I couldn't tell you what his name is. And I don't know, I've got a feeling he's got a name like Marco or something weird like that. Something not particularly inspiring. Doesn't exactly drive fear into the hearts of men, but his powers do. Because I think he can obliterate you just with this one touch, I think. So yeah, not to be sniffed at, that guy. Brainy, you can't quit the Legionnaires. He likes a strong woman, old Brainiac, doesn't he? I'm sure his girlfriend's always got super strength girlfriends. I suppose he's got the intelligence not to feel challenged and threatened by their strength, but instead to, I don't know, count the blessings. Kid Quantum joins the Legionnaires. Number 12, Earth for Humans. 13, oh yeah. There's a new girl in town and she's Matter Eater Lad. Yeah, Matter Eater Lad. I don't know what happened there. Suddenly he's a woman. But yeah, it's always quite fun. It's always a bit of a laugh. Oh, and then we got a big gap. It goes 14 and suddenly it goes to 18. Yeah. Well, what can I say? Other than damn. Right, then we got... Oh, hold on. We got... That's not right, is it? No, is it? No, it was right. I thought we had a bit of a crossing over them for a second. Legionnaires and Legion of Superheroes, but no, it's Legionnaires. And then I've got a 0 of Legion of Superheroes in here. Shouldn't that have been in the other bits? I'm not too sure. And then I've got a 0 of Legionnaires. Oh. Okay. And then Legionnaires seems to have... I don't seem to have any more Legionnaires. And I've gone over to Legion of Superheroes with number 57, as you do. I don't understand. Is it a crossover? Please tell me it's a crossover because it's confusing. And I've got number 62. Hold on a second. Right, and then we've got number 19 of Legionnaires. So, yeah. A couple of random books thrown in the middle there. Oh. Are they... Then we're back to Legion of Superheroes again with number 63. Doesn't seem to be a crossover. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there was some rhyme or reason for me to put it like that. Oh, Mano. Is that his name? Mano? Maybe. I know Mano means man to man, doesn't it? But I was thinking that might be his name. I have no idea why I've done this with these titles. Why I've interspersed them with each other like this. Maybe they were running concurrently, but there's no mention of it anywhere on the book itself. Oh, let's put this aside. Yeah, very peculiar. March, April. Then we've got April of the Legionnaires, number 24. Juro Damsel's been beaten up by these anti-alien people. Gosh, this is confusing. I'm going to be hard pressed to write all this down in my blog. My blog that nobody actually bothers reading. Got a bit of bloody tape on there. Oh, I managed to get it off okay without damage anything. Right, and we've got some annuals. Legion of Superheroes number 5. And Elseworlds. Looks like they've gone to Oz. I wonder if that's Timberwolf playing the lion. I don't know who the other people would be. Year 1, 1995, the 6th annual of the Legion of Superheroes. Number 7 annual of Legion of Superheroes. Right, then we got some Legionnaires annuals. Number 1 of the Legionnaires. And number 2 of the Legionnaires. Oh, then randomly I just got another book from 2002 called The Legion, number 8. Number 8 of the Legion. Number 9 of the Legion. And that seems to be all of them. I'm guessing they were put in my box by accident, maybe. Justice League Europe. Wow, deja vu. Yeah, because that's the cover they use a lot. It's become a trope now to every sort of first issue of a Justice League book. If it's got like a humorous kind of slant to it, they will have that cover, that same kind of like group photo with someone making a comment. Right, Justice League Europe, quite cool, quite liked it. Mix of humour and seriousness. The name is Queen Bee, boys, and I always get my men. Yeah, she was a nasty piece of work. I'm guessing that Sapphire Stag and Morpho and Java are not too happy in the background there. This is them because they went to Paris and started the Justice League Europe in Paris, and none of them spoke French, and it was bad PR. They didn't speak French. They sent them to night school to learn French. Yeah, and while they were in there, I think the Injustice League or whatever they're called, Major Disaster, and they ended up being Justice League Antarctica in the end. But they were villains. But yeah, for humour's sake, they got turned into Justice League Antarctica. Big Sur, I think one of them was called. There's Superman operating on Power Girl there. Easy money. I think this is Guy Gardner versus Metamorpho. Guess who wins? It looks like Guy Gardner's been one punched again, maybe. Like father, like son. Oh, his kid ends up having Metamorpho powers. Yeah, I remember that. I'm not sure if the kid's been brought up again recently at all. Furballs, part 2. Uh-oh. Looks like they're fighting Godzilla. And then it got serious. They've already destroyed one world, now they're going for ours. Introducing the extremists. They've been brought back a few times in Justice League. I always thought they'd come in Justice League America actually, but no, they're apparently Justice League Europe. Quite a good cover. You can see something Havoc, Lord Havoc, and you can see the team reflected in his metal armour. Can't remember the names of all the people in the Extremists now. I'm looking at him and thinking I should know what his name is, but I can't think of it. Tracer is the feral looking one. What's his name? Doctor something or other, maybe. I don't know. And that one there, the tentacle head, can't remember him either. Right, can Europe survive the coming of the Beefeater? Yeah, a bit of a daft English superhero. A bit like John Cleese. He was made out to be like Basil Fawlty from Fawlty Towers. Buy this comic or we won't shoot the cat. Okay. I think that cat was a bit. I think that cat had a little recurring role actually, if I recall. It's a bit of a psycho cat, that one, I think. Yeah, I think it was the bane of certain members of the League's existence. It was in the embassy, the French embassy that they were headquartered in. Sue Dibney was kind of the brains of the outfit, and there was a French liaison woman who was quite a good recurring character. A classic Starro cover. You've heard of your bondage covers, that's a mental subjugation cover. Yeah, look, it's carrying on. Yeah, look, there's loads of them. The whole floor is littered with Starros. Such a crazy invention Starro was. I wonder who invented Starro. It was either one. I know the first meeting of the Justice League of America was fighting him, but I wonder if he debuted before that, or that was his first appearance. Probably was his first appearance, in which case that would be very expensive to buy. That first JLA, I think it's in Brave and the Bold, I don't know, 36 or something like that, just guessing. Yeah, that's a very expensive one, that one. Oh, this must have crossed over with Justice League America, because you got part 8 and then you got part 10. So yeah, it was obviously crossing over with another book. Justice League Europe. Lobo versus Despero. Okay, long I'll run this one. 12-parter. 14-parter. Presenting the all-new Extremists. Well, oh no, there's the Extremists up there. But it looks like the Justice League Europe have, like, I don't know, gone retro, super retro. They've been to the Savage Land. Oh, give me. Is that Power Girl with shells for a bra? Oh dear. The end of an era. Why is that Oberon? Why is he pointing at the back of Blue Beetle? Is that everybody leaving the team? Oh, you got a Justice League Spectacular. Oh, more Justice League Europe, so it hasn't finished yet. Doomed by Deconstructor. That looks like it might be a hark back to an old cover as well, actually, looking at that. Just something about the poses there. It kind of strikes me as like a Golden Age or Silver Age kind of cover. Art Attack, that's another one of Power Girl's costumes. That was a short-lived costume, wasn't it? Yeah. Early 90s madness. Hal's back. The Revenge of Cophon. Wonder Woman joins Justice League Europe. Earth Mother's Revenge. The Luck of Amos Fortune. The Mystery of Castle Jaily. Ghosts? Nah. Red Winter, part 1 of 6. Has Rocket Red gone mad, or is that someone else in the Rocket Red armour? In Evil's Deadly Grip. The Sound of Slaughter. There we are, at war with the Rocket Reds, because the Rocket Reds were like a team, weren't they, rather than just an individual. There was only one individual who was on the Justice League, in the Justice League for a while, but in Russia there was a whole squadron of Rocket Reds. In Battle with Sonar, Justice League 50. Justice League Europe 50, then it goes over to Justice League International. Yeah, because that got a bit confusing. In Justice League of America, I think it started off as Justice League, then it became Justice League International, then it became Justice League America, or something like that. I could be getting the order wrong, but yeah, it was like, yeah, way to make it confusing, guys. Tasmanian Devil. Yeah, they do like to boggle the minds of us poor comic collectors with their continuous changes. She's still got that costume there, old Kara. She's got a diamond window, a diamond boob window instead of a circular boob window. I think I prefer the traditional circle being boob window. Just as long as there's a boob window, really. Yeah, she is. She's got the boob porthole. That's what you can call it. The boob porthole in that one. Oh, then she's gone back to the boob triangle. Oh, sorry, the boob diamond. Oh well, it's all good. It's all very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Oh yeah, I'm not at all creepy. Elemental Fury. Lionheart is sorry he came along. I think Lionheart was one of the ones that was created by Bloodline, Daniel. I think he got bitten by the Bloodline parasites. Judgment Day 3. Final Judgment. And Justice League International. A few of these people from this book were killed in Starman, like one of the Starman books. After this one run, they decided they wanted to make the Mist seem a lot more powerful and like dangerous, and so they decided to kill off a few members of Justice League International or Europe, whatever it was, like in an issue of Starman. You know, Amazing Man got killed. One of the Crimson Foxes got killed because it was two sisters, Crimson Fox. Justice League Europe Annual Number 1. Armageddon 2001. Is this the League of Future Past? Just picture Etrigan in the League. That would be cool. So yeah, just 2 annuals there of Justice League. And then we've got a little run of The Huntress. The Huntress #1 from 1989. I think this is the first appearance, actually. I read it was the first appearance of Helena Bertolini. Helena Bertinelli. Helena Bertolini. No? Yeah, Bertolini. No, Bertinelli. It's either Bertolini or Bertinelli. I think it's Bertinelli. Helena Bertinelli. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not great with Italian names. I can't even say Helena properly. Helena? Yeah. One of them. Don't tend to add the A. We just have Helen in the UK. There's a few Helens, but we don't get that many with an extra vowel at the end. And you've got some with an E on the end, haven't you? Helene. But I think that's more Scandinavian to put an E on the end of Helen. Helene. You die tonight. #9. Suggested for mature readers, this one. #10. Okay. Huntress. She went on for quite a while, actually. I can't remember how long this one went for. Fair old time. Back when comics in the UK were just 50p. Mind you, it's 28, nearly 30 years ago. Blimey. Where's the time gone? Where have the years gone to? 15. 16. Days of Rage, as the city burns, the dark night strikes. Days of Rage. Of course, because Bertinelli, whatever it is. I think it's Bertolini. Whatever. She works in Gotham, doesn't she? Right, that's the final issue. 19 parts that went for. Yeah. She's the daughter of a mob boss, isn't she? Old Helena B. Secret Origins starring Blue Beetle. #2. Right, and then this is the first comic that I completed the full run of. I saw him, I imagine, in the end of Crisis. I'm sure I've got a few Crisis. I must have seen him in there. And I just picked this up. I can't remember if I got it from... I think I got it from my comic shop. And this was back in the day. But bearing in mind that at that point, this must be just when I just started going to... The comic shop must just opened back in '86. And I used to just go to newsagents and pick up comics in the newsagents. And I never have a full run. I never collected every single issue. I'd buy, like, you know... Because I was getting my UK comics, actually. And I don't know why I never bothered collecting seriously. Before then, I didn't think to... say to the newsagents, can you save these for me every month or anything like that? I didn't even think of that as being a thing, really. Just that whenever I had some pocket money, I'd go into the shop, pick up a few comics, and every time I'd go in there, the same comics would always be in there. There'd always be Batman, there'd always be Flash, there'd always be Green Lantern, a Legion of Superheroes, Superman, and I just, you know, so it never occurred to me that I just didn't think about it. I mean, I didn't think about it. Obviously, comic books don't last forever. You know, but to me, it always seemed like they did because they was always in there. They was always in the shop whenever I went. And so when I started collecting Blue Beetle, I really enjoyed the Blue Beetle run. It was really cool. I liked the Blue Beetle character. I liked all these people around him. This was back in the days when I assumed that they would carry on forever. And like you just don't realise that runs end. They bring him back with whole new characters. They change the bloody story whenever they feel like it. You know. So this only went for I think it went for 2 years. But when it got to the end of the run, and it was like, oh yeah, next issue, final issue. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? What do you mean? Why? Why is it the final issue? I don't understand. I don't get it. There's stories that still need to be resolved, and you know, and this comic is awesome. Why are you stopping my comic? I couldn't understand. I was I was rather distraught. And And then when he went over to Justice League America and they turned him into a joke, basically, I got really angry. I was like, what are they doing? Blue Beetle is a bloody capable fighter. Blue Beetle is an intelligent person. He might drop the odd quip or whatever in a Spider-Man kind of way, but, you know, he's a kick-ass dude. And, yeah, it just annoyed me, so I stopped collecting that Justice League of America. You know, this is the days before the internet, so I didn't go online and call all sorts of people, all sorts of names or anything like that. I just, you know, grumble. I'd say I grumbled to whoever would listen to me, but I didn't really have any mates into comics. I might have said my mate Martin at that time, I'm not too sure, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, nothing comes of your grumbling anyway. All that comes of your grumbling is just bad feeling, really. There's no point really grumbling. But anyway, yeah, I was annoyed. I didn't end up buying all them Justice League Americas in the end, though, because, you know, calmed down a bit, and it was like, okay, they're all right, really. They're just a different style, you know. I'll have to grin and bear it, kind of thing. But I do regret that this title didn't carry on going for a lot longer, actually, and also that Ted Cord didn't get, you know, another run as the Blue Beetle. We've got Jaime Reyes now, who's all right, but I liked it. I liked, you know, just a normal guy, using his wits and his skills and his equipment that he's created. Thought it was fun. I mean, Jaime Reyes is kind of like OP, isn't he? He's got all that, you know. I still don't understand why. Yeah, they like to recreate characters. Why they've gone from like the original Blue Beetle? Yeah, I think he said. Did he not have to say Khaji-Dar, and that was what triggered the Scarab? And then when he died, and Ted Cord vowed to carry on for him, he died before he could give him the magic word to overthrow. By the way, was the Manhunter for Blue Beetle. During the Millennium thing, every hero had a Manhunter who was sort of situated close to them, because the phrase was "no man can escape the Manhunter," and he was like the Manhunter situated close to Blue Beetle to do the Manhunter's bidding at the right, you know, when the time came. Anyway, right. Anyway, we're coming up towards the end now. Yeah, I think I was right. I think it was 24 issues. Right, now this is annoying as well, because I'm not sure if you've listened to one of my recent videos, but for a while I was convinced that I had some Mandrake art, like I bought it from a website, and it came with a little sketch of Spectre. And then I thought, I think I've worked out now. I must have dreamt it. And been remembering a dream. Like I'm talking about decades ago. I'm talking about, you know, in the early 90s. I must have dreamt it, and then I've confused myself, thinking that it was actually a memory, not a dream. It was actually. I think it must have actually been a memory of a dream. Anyway, I also think I remember buying some Charlton Blue Beetle. I went and bought some Charlton Blue Beetle, and I had the idea that I had the first appearance of the Question, possibly. And yeah, I would have thought if I did have any Charlton Blue Beetle, they would have been with these Blue Beetles. But there is no Blue Beetle, no Charlton Blue Beetle here, so I have to ponder if that wasn't just another one of my little dreams. Oh, how sad. How weird. Anyway, the final run in this box. Showcase 93, 48 pages, first issue, special, no ads. Yeah, and these was just like, basically I think it's 3 stories in each. Oh no, this is a 12 part of this first one, so maybe it's not the last one in here. Oh no, I think it did. I think it went 12 parts, and then they had a Showcase 94. That's how they did it. So there'll be 3 stories of different characters in each book, and they're all pretty good stories, actually. I'm pretty sure they're quite good stories. I quite enjoyed them, and it was a good way of like having the character who'd not had his own book for a while to have a little story on their own, you know. There's Peacemaker there, Blue Devil and Robin. Oh, this one is just, I know, I thought it was for a second, I thought it was just Two-Face on his own. Nightfall crossover, but also in this issue, Deathstroke, Peacemaker, Jade and Obsidian. Carrying on with Two-Face. Yeah, I think it's just Two-Face has got a story in there, basically. He's not just Two-Face. As it says down there, you've got the other characters that are in it. Peacemaker and Shining Knight. Deathstroke, Katana, Huntress. Also, Martian Manhunter, Dr. Light and Peacemaker. So is it 6 stories in here? Anyway, they're good little run anyway. I do like these kind of books. And then we start with a new 12-part series, Showcase 94. There's a bit of a theme going on here. Blue Beetle's in this one as well. There's just a random one here with a there's all these like in there raw, and then there's suddenly one that's bagged and boarded for no readily apparent reason. I might have bought it bagged and boarded or something like that. Yeah. Arkham. Huntress there. Nice moody looking picture of Huntress. Loose Cannon and Bloodwind. Yeah, Loose Cannon was another one of the Bloodlines created superheroes. I think he was created in a Superman comic. He was an ex-copper, I think. Loose Cannon. I think he was a SWAT guy, and he's a loose cannon because he got angry, and he changed colour when he got angry as well, I think. Not quite Hulk way, but yeah, maybe a little bit on the Hulk manner. Scarface. Daft as a brush, but one of my favourite Batman villains, actually. I like Scarface. When I think of it, yeah, it is really silly when I think about it. But it's just, I don't know, there's something about the dummy trope of, controlling the ventriloquist, which is just, it's really just a cool story. I mean, Twilight Zone, I think, did it twice back in the early 60s. Yeah. I think I mentioned it before. They even used the same dummy for both episodes, where they had a ventriloquist in it. It's 95 now. We're on to 95. Argus. That's another one of. There he is. Another one of the characters created by Bloodlines. I think he was created in Flash Annual. I think. They may not be correct. And no one's going to actually check it to find out. And I'm sure no one actually remembers. Claw. I don't remember Claw. Oh, Claw might be another one of the Bloodlines ones. I do remember a guy with a claw, actually. That seemed to be his power. He had a claw. Yeah, it's like, yeah, cheers. Cheers for biting me and giving me superpowers. But it really did it have to just be a claw. Yeah. Yeah, poor unfortunate chap. Quite funny to have a team full of superheroes with the most pathetically stupid powers in the world. Yeah, like an adult book where they could let their imagination run wild, shall we say? That might be a laugh. Alright, so that's the whole of 95. Showcase 95. Maitress. I don't remember when I'm called Maitress. It is Maitress and not Mattress. Wouldn't that be a funny power? My name is Mattress. You can lie on me when you're tired and have a nice sleep. From the pages of Superman. Maitress actually sounds like a French artist or something. So he's even showcasing villains as well, like Cersei and Metallo. Guardian and Firebrand. I wonder what Firebrand it is. Because there's been quite a few Firebrands in there. Looking at that reflection in his shield, I think it's the Firebrand who had about a 12-parter and then got killed in one panel in Justice Society of America in the arena run by Roulette. Is it? Is her name Roulette? The evil villain who mind controls people into battling in her arena, and she, yeah. Anyway, I think it's Roulette. Superboy and the Demon. That's probably a cool story. Gangbuster and the Power of Shazam. See, that's it's such an unusual coupling there of characters. Gangbuster and the Power of Shazam. When would you ever expect, or ever probably in the future, see those guys teaming up? Anyway, coming up to the end of this run now, coming up to the end of this box. There you go, number 9, Shadow Dragon. Can't remember that character. And Lady Shiva. Of course I know Lady Shiva. Bebo versus everybody. I can only imagine he's dreaming here. I can only imagine he's dreaming. Even at how he's picked up the powers of Superman to the nth degree. Brainiac versus the Legion of Superheroes. That's pretty standard. Yeah. Scare Tactics. That was that band made up of monsters. A vampire, a werewolf. I think it was like a Frankenstein's monster as well, kind of thing. I can't remember what the other one was like. Sliver, I think it was like a lizard person. But that didn't last very long, unfortunately. Okay. And that's it. That's number 12. Showcase 96, number 12. That's the whole of the box. Yeah. King Faraday. I remember the name. Was he like a member of Checkmate or something? He was like a kind of like a covert operations kind of guy, I think. King Faraday. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. It's going to be, I don't know, 45 minutes by the time it all gets mucked around with. So that's it. Tune in next time if you fancy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, have a good day, you all. I'll just put them all away, and I've discovered this one down the side, inside the box still. Beowulf. Beowulf from first graphic novel. There we go.